This is the instructions on how to set up your presentation for your dissertation within Blackboard Collaborate. You should receive a link to your Blackboard class, your session, from the chair of your dissertation. And so when you get that link, you and anyone else who needs to join into it, but you as the student can click on it. And from there, you'll see an option to join the room. Sometimes it'll automatically download. At the bottom of my screen, I have something called meeting.collab. Sometimes you'll get that. Other times you have to click the little download the Blackboard Collaborate Launcher link here or join room in order to get that. So however your computer does the download, click on the meeting. And you should see a little purple Collaborate thing at the bottom of your screen, and this should run in just a second. It does take a minute for it to come up along the way. So these instructions should help you out. All right, it's going to come up like this. It's going to ask you about recording. Don't start recording now from the beginning. Don't start recording until everyone is in the room and it's all complete. Assumably you the student are going to enter the room early, maybe half an hour to an hour early. Make sure you're able to load your content and everything. You can see here at the top it says load content. That's what you're going to be doing first. There's a record button for when it's time to start recording. You can click that. On your left, you'll see your audio video buttons. It tells you a list of who your participants are, and there's a chat box as well for the group. So what you want to do is load your content. So you're going to go in, and I'm just going to find any old information here to put in, but you're going to pick, draw the PowerPoint for your dissertation. And here I have an old presentation of mine. And it's going to take a couple minutes because it's going to open PowerPoint. It's going to maybe ask some permissions of you, things like that. So this one is asking me for permission to this file. I'm saying, sure, that's fine. Go ahead and grant access if it asks you this. If it doesn't ask you this, you may be fine. It just depends on a variety of things as to whether it asks you that. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my PowerPoint because I don't need the PowerPoint itself. So I'm going to have that minimized, and you'll see that within the Collaborate session, it's beginning to convert my PowerPoint slides over for me. So here we are. There's the presentation that I just loaded. You'll see on the right the Page Explorer. I like to take my thing and kind of make that a little smaller usually so I can fit everything on my screen and send it far over to the right. You're going to need these buttons here on the top left that will take you through the slides. And then you can also see what's next when you have the Page Explorer up. So, a lot of people, they really like to have that. And you can kind of look ahead and behind and that sort of thing from there. So a couple other things for you to be aware of. When you're talking, you will need to click this talk button on the left, and you should see a blue microphone when your microphone is on and working. So when you want to mute your microphone, then you would click it again and you'll have a mute happen for it, and you'll go away for the group. So my recommendation is that the presenter has the talk on all the time and everybody else in the room keeps it on mute to keep ambient noise, dogs barking, phones ringing, all that kind of stuff out of your presentation, since people are all over the country. You also have video here, and I'm going to turn my video on, and here I am, and you can turn that on. Again, the recommendation is that the presenter only has the video on, not everybody else, but they can turn it on and say hello if they want, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to turn it back off. Below that, you can see who the participants are. You can make these things smaller and larger as you need them to be. I also sometimes like to take this video. You can actually kind of click on it and move it over anywhere you want on the screen. So if you want to have it right there so you can see yourself right below your camera on your computer, that's something you could do. And then you have your chat there. During the presentation itself, typically if people are going to ask questions, they're going to typically do it in the chat itself during your actual presentation, although they could raise their hand. This is how you raise your hand. And if you see somebody with a number next to them, it means that they've raised their hand since you're the presenter. Or if they've done something like a confusion face or something, then you might need to stop your presentation and let people either talk through the talk button or post something up on the chat that they want to get clarified. And beyond that, you're in really good shape. You kind of go through the whole thing. The normal way of doing this is that the professor prays at the beginning, your chair. Then you make a 20-minute presentation. You have questions. Then everybody leaves the room at the end of the question time, including the student, so that the committee can discuss. Typically, the recording is turned off at the end of the presentation. There's no need to record the rest of the time. And then they'll need your phone number because your committee will need to call you and tell you to return to the Blackboard Collaborate session, which is easy to do. You just go back in and join again. And then you have a chance to discuss the results, go over any changes that they would like you to make, and get your congratulations for all your hard work that you've been doing. So this is about it, and enjoy your dissertation presentation.